Another inertial call. I know. I'm supposed. If you ever see me, I've been working on a concept for a number of years of self. you know, uh, yeah, I haven't been doing anything but trying to help me mentally. Uh, uh, I had a lot to work off, and I spent a lot of time where I had to do. I worked a lot, and I have a cat. She meows. But I actually started doing videos in 2006. And the idea was that somebody would come out and actually just like step up and say, energy, God is energy, and all this explanation has actually been a way of keeping this relevant to the people. As in all religion and stuff like that. If we were being trained by other beings or whatever, it seems like a good place to leave it inside of philosophical thought. Over the years, you read certain philosophers, and that's what they're doing, and that is the motion of how we implement it. It's the idea that we take inside our own holistics, that we come to understand our body energy on a very, very simple level. For me, talking about it, because I have not studied anything, I don't know anything. The best thing that one can know is their own experience. Being an experiential person, it has its fallbacks, because it meant that I would change jobs, and if it didn't feel right to me, I left, and I preserved a kind of myself. At the same time, though, I've been using trying to balance my life out with physical exercise, so that where all of your atoms in your body and stuff like that get squeezed and stay alive. Which I believe is just part of the consciousness of artists, or the consciousness of art is about reaching for. Well, for me, it's about reaching for consciousness within the time you're in. What is art? What is our truth? And if energy changes how I think, just by the mere mention of it, boo. I mean, that's a thing, and it's a thing to pass on then too. The more wealth that I can give you by talking and saying here, the more that you can pass around also, because there's nothing to do with us. It has to do with the realization of nature. All science is going to be the realization of nature. And I just happen to need a psychological, philosophical approach to my existence, because I was constantly wanting to explain things to myself, I started thinking that life was energy when I was like 14. I always valued what the most common person saw. Like, I thought the cab driver had seen so much, so I went off and I was a cab driver for 4 years, right? I wanted that. There has been writers, I bet, in anybody's book that have just nothing but written from the cab. I'm not well read. Anyway, but the point about being understanding and evaluating and valuing myself has been this sight of understanding nature from a breathing point of view and from an unknown. It's an appreciation of the unknown, if nothing else. But when they start talking about breathing, if we look at some of these older cultures and what they've already said, it's already been said 1,000,000 times over. It's about us stepping up and being inside of it and understanding that change from one world to another. Just to give up materialism is like huge. It's like giving up meat. Some people are forced into it. I was forced into it. I didn't even think about it until I got my house ripped off like 3 times. You become an anti-materialist, or not even anti-materialist. You're just like, Shit's gone right. You know? 5 minutes. This has been Inertial God.